Hey everybody, another day, another video. If you like what you see and hear, consider liking, subbing, and ringing that bell, and comment. We like comments. Hey everybody, Sergio Mendes and Brasil 66. Now I remember these guys from way back when. Well, 66, which is where they get their name from. They did the Beatles' The Fool on the Hill. Now I got that album, the Magical Mystery Tour, which is what The Fool on the Hill, where that comes from. Someone had bought that album thinking they were going to get Sergio Mendes version. For some reason, I guess they just didn't understand album concept, or I don't know what, they just screwed up and they go, I don't like this. Is not because it was a big song on the radio, the Sergio Mendes version of The Fool on the Hill, the Beatles song. Yeah, it played it was all over the place back around then. Later, about 68 or so, because the album come out. When did Sgt. Pepper came out? In not Sgt. Pepper, Magical Mystery Tour. Whenever it came out, 66 or 67, right? Anyway, the point is, so I ended up with that album given to me. It's like, here, you like weird stuff, they said. I remember that. You like weird stuff. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take it. So I got that album for free. Just handed me that album because they didn't like the version. They were expecting Brazil 66 and got the Beatles instead. So we're going to do the Brazil 66 version just because. And then I found an album of theirs and it had a bunch of Beatles songs on it. And I was like, well, I didn't know they did any more than that. But I don't know much about Brazil 66 anyway. So Norwegian Wood they also do. So we're going to do that. And I've never heard their version of Norwegian Wood. And probably nor have you. So we're going to see what that sounds like. I mean, I like their version of Fool on the Hill. So we'll see how they deal with Norwegian Wood. So first and foremost, The Fool on the Hill, Brazil 66. It has that very, sound of its time. Day after day, I always liked it. Alone on a hill, the man with the foolish grin is keeping perfectly still. But nobody wants to know him. They can see that he's just a fool. And he never gives an answer. But the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. See, to me this is a great version. They took a song and made it theirs. And I believe I heard this before I ever heard the Beatles version. His head in a cloud. The man of 1,000 voices talking perfectly loud. But nobody ever hears him or the sounds he appears to make. And he never seems to notice, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. Yeah, I like this version. It has that Dionne Warwick almost kind of sound, which she was real popular about that time, right? And nobody seems to like him. They can tell what he wants to do, and he never shows his feelings. But the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world. kind of like, I wouldn't say the Carpenters, but, you know, it's that very pleasant radio music. But some of it was very good. Some of the, you know, the pop tunes back in those days, I guess they got some nice ones these days, but I don't listen to radio anymore. I've stopped listening to radio years ago. So there that is. Now, I knew that. I'd heard that a zillion times back then. But I've never heard their version of Norwegian Wood. So, come on now, Brazil 66. Don't disappoint us here. Let's see what you got here.
He asked me to stay, and he told me to sit anywhere.
So far, I almost don't recognize it.
I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair.
Cool so far. We like it. I like it. Definitely making it their own. I hope it doesn't get blocked because they're Beatles songs. We'll see. And a pretty good recording. Sounds good for 1966. It's gonna say. Okay.
But I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair.
Ha! Come on, guy. Go ha. There he goes. I like what they're doing with the vocals there. Over top of each other like that. Very cool. I approve. I definitely approve of that. Very good, Brazil, or Sergio Mendes in Brazil 66. Good job of that. And there's a few other Beatles songs on this album I just got. I'll have to check those out. Or I won't check them out. I'll play them on here maybe if I get any positive response from Sergio Mendes. I might get 3 views on this video. But hey, I'm trying to play stuff that's not the normal stuff, and I want people to go, hey, cool. I don't know that band, or I haven't heard Sergio Mendes in years. Let me see what's going on here. That's how I think. That's my brain. But it doesn't translate into people viewing things. All right, so there it is. Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66. Ha! We love the ha part. Later, folks.